Welcome back to the channel. Like I said last week, we've got visitors and one of them is a plant-based eater. So we have done, last week we did the Haagen-Dazs chocolate midnight cookies in plant-based form. This week, it's the chance for the lemon to shine. So we're gonna make like a lemon meringue pie-ish kind of ice cream. I don't know whether I'm gonna put the biscuit base in, haven't decided yet. So what we're gonna do is get started with this stuff and this stuff, add some of this stuff, see where we end up. Squeak. So, where do we start with plant-based ice creams? Same way you'd start any ice cream, really. That's kind of how you need to approach it, but you just need to think about some of the things a little more carefully. So, if you use an ice cream calculator, you're going to struggle with your milk solids non-fat. That it isn't a thing. You can put your ingredients into a calculator and it will show milk solids non-fat. That's not there. So you got to make sure that you're getting enough fat and enough sugar to create that luxury mouthfeel. Stabilizing plant-based ice creams is pretty important because there's a lot of free water in all of these ingredients. But it's not rocket science. So I've got a recipe in front of me that I've just kind of fumbled my way through on Dreamscoop's calculator. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you can see, and what we've got here is 250 grams this is of our milk, which is the oat milk, 450 grams of the cream, which is this Silk 33% dairy-free whipping cream, 140 grams of sugar, 30 grams of dextrose, and our stabilizers. Obviously we can't put in skim milk powder, so we're gonna probably up the stabilizers to a little bit more to help boost the stability and the mouthfeel of this ice cream. So let's weigh out our ingredients. So we're just gonna put our pan on our scales and start adding it all in. 450, doesn't smell good, this stuff. 450 of our cream. Where are we? There we go. The whole thing. And we'll tear that, and then we'll add in our 250 of our oat milk. There. Dextrose and sugar. So let's get a spoon. Dextrose is 30 grams. And our sugar. So because we're going to use a stabilizer, huzzah! My stabilizer turned up, yay! If anyone knows me, I love this stuff. It's a really, really good mix. They do, I think, now ship internationally, according to the website. Special ingredients if you're watching, if you want to sponsor the channel, I would love it. Anyway, we're gonna stabilize, so we're gonna need to put some of that in our sugars and mix it up. So let's get a little pop. Stuff, lots of stuff turned up. A nice box of ice cream stuff turned up, undamaged, in our goods last week. So, nice. These really help. Look, this is my little mini scales for measuring stabilizers. Really, really helps. So we want to add how many sugars? 140 grams of sugar. So let's start. So there's 120. And the last 20. We can get rid of these. And we'll take our little mini scales, put that on there, and we're going to add in a little more than I would normally. So give it a little stir, just because I can. Two grams. Little doodad. Nicely mixed and combined. In it goes. Let's get this on the hob. And now, lemon. We're just gonna stir all our ingredients together on the hob just to get the sugars melted, and then we're gonna bring it up to about 70 C, 70 to 75 C, and that's to activate that stabilizer. So I will stand here and do this, and I'll see you in a bit. Whilst our mix is warming up, we're gonna take our microplane or mini grater or whatever you've got to hand, and we are gonna take our lemon and get the lemon zest into the pan to start releasing that flavor. We're just starting to get some steam coming up now, so I've got my laser thermometer going, and we're just going to keep an eye on the temperature. So we're kind of 65 degrees here. So like I said before, I said this in quite a few videos, if you don't have one of these, you kind of don't need one. You just need to look at when that steam starts to come off the top. And then keep it there for a couple of minutes. Just agitate it a little bit. Make sure that nothing sticks. And then when you get to that 70 degrees, you know you're good to go. We are about there. So we're going to turn this off, move it onto a cold part of the hob, because we're going to get it in a bowl. So that's one lemon zest, one lemon's worth of zest in there. If you wanna boost that without adding any more lemon zest, I like lemon zest in the ice cream. It adds a nice little texture thing to it. You can add lemon extract. I've got some in the cupboard. I might add some on this. I haven't decided. No. Let's add another lemon zest and go natural. Right, get all that in. That lemon is gonna really jump out now. We're gonna leave that with a lid on. In the fridge overnight. It's the next day. The ice cream base has been in the fridge overnight. We need to prepare a couple of other things. So for this, as it's a lemon meringue pie kind of thing, we are going to need pie crust and the marshmallow fluff. So back in England, pie crust for things like this, for home bakers, is normally made with digestive biscuits. Walmart, $3.97. In North America, it's Graham Craker, also $3.97. Same, 400 grams. Some 400 grams, there we go. So that's how much it costs. Use whichever one. I am gonna go with Graham Cracker because we're in Canada. We're gonna make pie crust by adding the plant-based butter and we're gonna just put it in the oven for 5 or 10 minutes just to warm that up. Let's start mixing. Let's get a bowl. Bowl. Some kind of spoon. I'm not even gonna measure this. It smells quite similar. That's right. I'm gonna wing it. It's probably about 200 grams. Something like that. And now we're gonna take some of our butter. Let's get a little pot and a spoon. And we're gonna melt the butter in the microwave. How much do you think we need? I don't know, what's that? Some. You don't want too much butter when doing something like this. About 30 seconds, 30, 40 seconds, something like that. You don't want too much butter because when you put this in the oven, if you've got too much butter, then the butter will boil and it will kind of separate your base. So you just want enough melted butter to bring it together so it can clump. So we're gonna put our butter into there. I'd say it was probably about the 70 grams, 70, 80 grams. And we're just gonna combine the butter with our graham cracker. And I'll just put a little bit more in there. Okay, that's kind of the texture that we're looking for. It looks like sand, kind of semi-damp sand. And when you press it against the side of the bowl, it just starts to maintain that shape. Too much liquid, and your butter will boil. So we're going to line this, and we're going to get this mix into here. And then just press it down until it fills the pan. I will put all the ingredients and recipe in the description below so you know exactly how much of everything I've used. Press it down quite hard so you get this dense layer of your biscuit crumb. You can use a glass to do this, or a bit of wood or rolling pin or whatever you've got to hand. I'm just using a spoon because it's only a small pan, isn't it? There we go. So we're going to pop this in the oven at 325 for about 10 minutes. And whilst that is doing its thing, we're gonna make some vegan marshmallow fluff. This is the first time I've done it over here, and I'm gonna go down the aquafaba route. A friend of the channel said that They've had great success using aquafaba. I couldn't do it back in England, it just wouldn't whip up. Now whether that's something to do with the brand of chickpeas I bought, I don't know. But we're gonna try again. So here we go. So what do we need? We're gonna need some aquafaba, chickpea liquid. We're gonna need some sugar, some cream of tartar, some vanilla, and most recipes don't call for this, but the golden syrup and or glucose syrup. If you do the standard non-plant-based marshmallow fluff that I've used in quite a few of my recipes, it's impeccable. That has the golden syrup in it. So we're gonna add it into this and try and recreate the same kind of thing. So first off, we want 120 grams of our chickpea, come on, let go, liquid. There we go, 120 grams of chickpea liquid. Let's put this in the fridge. We're going to put that in our bowl. Looks like egg white. It's definitely different to the chickpea liquid that I used back in England. So that's a good start, I guess. What do we need now? We need 150 grams of our sugar. We'll measure that at the end because we're going to add it down the line. We need our cream of tartar. Oh God, broke the stool. We need vanilla. Is that the horrible looking vanilla? Yes. And that stuff. So 2 grams of cream of tartar. People don't like how I say cream of tartar. Apparently it annoys some people, so tartar. I know how much 2 grams of this is. It is that much. 2 grams of cream of tartar. We're gonna put in our 50 grams of golden syrup. This is great. This tastes just like UK, what was it, Tate & Lyle? It's good stuff. And our vanilla. I've got this, so we're gonna use it. Urgh. There we go. Vanilla. It said half a teaspoon in this original recipe. I've probably put in double that because I don't want any potential taste of this chickpea stuff. So we're gonna get this running, and then when it comes up to like a soft peak, we're gonna start adding our sugar. Okay, ice cream machine is in. Let's get that pre-chilling. There's lots of stuff going on. Let's see how we got on. I tell you what though, considering my previous experience back in the UK, which was terrible, it didn't do anything. This is really good. It's fluffed up nice. Still doesn't quite have, you know what, I'm just gonna, more vanilla. The vanilla from Walmart just doesn't cut it. There we go. Oh, strong stuff. It's homemade vanilla, triple fold. Just get that incorporated. Now we're talking. That vanilla was made with a mixture of rum and whiskey. If you're interested in knowing how to make your own extracts of all different flavors, then let me know in the comments and we can do some videos. Right, a bit more space back, so that's good. Don't want to waste that. Let's get our ice cream out of the fridge and we'll get it churning. Here we go. Now, the only concern I have is the color, because the lemon smell is great. I mean, really, really nice and strong. The oils have come out of that zest, but the color is pretty unappetizing. It's a plant-based thing. You don't get that nice white base. I'm gonna add some yellow. You don't have to do this bit. I just bought some this morning. It looks kind of, God, look at that stuff. Yeah, it just doesn't look an appetizing color. I don't want to put too much in. I just want to take the edge off that browny, dirty white color and make it just slightly yellow. Don't want to go too mad. We don't want it bright yellow, which I might have just done. That's better. We're just starting to touch into yellow colour. Alright, we're not gone too mad. Again, like I said, don't have to use this, don't have to do this. But I'm like a traditionalist with ice cream. If I'm making mint ice cream, I want it to be green. I don't want white mint ice cream. I know a lot of people ranted and, oh, it's amazing, I don't want the green food colour in. Yeah, but you'll eat all the sugar and everything else that's in there. But you don't want the food colour in. So, let's pour this into our machine and get it churning. And I shall come back in about 15 minutes when we'll be ready to load up the tub with all our goodies and then sling it in the freezer. Right, we've just turned off the freezer part of the machine. Let's try our, yep, nice. So we got our little cubes of pie crust. We've got our meringue, which, there you go, look at that. Sticky. It needs that vanilla. It really, really needs that punch of vanilla. Use more vanilla extract in your plant-based vegan marshmallow fluff. Add that golden syrup. It makes the world of difference. If you don't add golden syrup to marshmallow fluff, you don't get that silky, smooth, kind of sticky texture which you want from fluff. It just becomes like Swiss meringue, which is lovely, and you can actually use Swiss meringue for this if you're not going the whole plant-based thing. But add that in there. Right, stop talking. We're gonna take our little tub. I got a big tub off camera that's gonna be loaded up. We're gonna put a few pieces of our crumb in there. We're gonna take a spoon of our marshmallow and we're gonna load up our ice cream like so, and we're just gonna turn it over. So if you want to take, like I do, take your ice cream out of the machine just a minute or two earlier to make that easy, then do that, okay? Don't feel you have to leave it in there until it's exactly the right temperature. You can take it out a couple of minutes early. It won't affect your ice cream at all. Get a bit more fluff in there. I'm gonna put 2 dollops. Don't scrimp. And our really gorgeous smelling lemon ice cream going in there. Oh, this is gonna be good. And we're just gonna turn it over one more time, like that. Get the lid on. Oh yeah, in the freezer. And we'll come back probably tomorrow. Here we go. I knew it would have been days by the time I got back round to trying this ice cream, but that's what happens when you've got people around. Anyway, let's dish some of this lemon meringue pie, plant-based lemon meringue pie ice cream, and see what it tastes like. First thing to note is the smell. The lemons over here taste and smell very different to the lemons back in the UK. Obviously it's a different type. I don't know what type it is, but something to note. The plant-based marshmallow fluff has worked well. It's held together well in the freezer. Let's just try some. We're gonna go for ice cream and fluff. The Biscuit Base, the Graham Cracker Biscuit Base is perfect. Really nice, buttery kind of flavour. Obviously not real butter, plant-based butter. The marshmallow fluff held up really well in the freezer. It didn't hold up in the fridge. That's something to note, I guess, because the sugars started to separate in the fluff. You can omit the golden syrup or corn syrup if you want. Would it help? Maybe. Sometimes sugars do just leach out of marshmallow fluff. I don't know why it does it sometimes and not others. If you know that, then let me know in the comments, because I would rather it didn't happen. The ice cream, it's got a nice flavour. It's subtle. It's not a bitter lemon. It's quite a nice light lemon. The little additions of the zest in there is really nice. You get a little bite of, lemon zest in your spoonful. I really like that. Some people don't like lemon zest in their lemon ice cream. If you don't like it, just strain it out. The flavour will still be there. All in all, not bad. It's got a touch of ice in there, so I don't know whether that's something to do with the cream, because the cream was crap. It was the Silk plant-based 33% whipping cream. Tasted hideous on its own in the previous video. I'll put a link below. But it's got a really weird smell, taste, texture and consistency. There's nothing about it I like. If you're gonna make plant-based stuff, especially in Canada anyway, go for their half and half. It's so much better. It has such a more promising result. There's no ice with there. It tastes better. It's got a better texture and consistency. Yeah, avoid the Silk 33% because it's rubbish. But all in all, I think that's another successful plant-based ice cream. If you want to see any more, then let me know in the comments what flavors you want to see, and I'll do my best to make them. So thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.